You do the work. Someone else gets the credit. You stay quiet. They get promoted. And one day, nobody even notices you're gone. You've been at your job for 3 years, maybe 5. You show up on time. You finish projects ahead of schedule. When something breaks, you're the one who fixes it. When deadlines get tight, you're the one working late. You don't complain. You don't make a scene. You just do the work. And somehow, that's exactly why nobody sees you. Last Tuesday, your manager announced a promotion. You knew it was coming. Everyone knew. The position required someone reliable, someone who understood the systems, someone who could handle pressure. You checked every box. But when the name was called, it wasn't yours. It was Derek. Derek, who started 8 months ago. Derek, who asks you for help on basic tasks. Derek, who takes 45-minute coffee breaks and talks loudly about his weekend plans. But Derek also does something you don't. He makes sure people notice him. You sat there feeling your stomach drop. Not because you're entitled, not because you think the world owes you anything, but because you genuinely believed that doing good work mattered. That competence spoke for itself. That if you just kept your head down and performed, eventually someone would see. But they didn't. And the worst part is, you're not even surprised anymore. This isn't about one job. This is about a pattern you've seen your entire life. In school, the loud kid who barely studied got picked for presentations while you did the research. In group projects, the person who talked the most got the credit while you built the actual thing. And now, in your career, the cycle continues. You solve the problems. Someone else explains the solutions in a meeting. You create the work. Someone else presents it with confidence. You are the engine. They are the face. And somehow, that's just how it works. You know what the really painful part is? When people do notice you, it's only to ask for more. Your competence doesn't earn you recognition. It earns you more responsibility without the title, more work without the raise, more expectations without the acknowledgement. You become the person everyone relies on, but nobody thinks about. You're too useful where you are to promote, too competent to risk moving. So you stay exactly where you are, doing exactly what you've always done, watching people with half your skill climb past you. And you've heard the advice. You need to speak up more. You need to advocate for yourself. You need to network better. You need to sell yourself. And maybe that's true. Maybe the world rewards visibility over competence. Maybe the game isn't about being good at what you do. It's about being good at making people think you're good at what you do. But here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. That shouldn't be your job. Your job is to do your job. The fact that you also have to perform being good at your job, that you have to market yourself while actually doing the work, feels fundamentally wrong. It is wrong, but it's also reality. You watch people stumble upward. They miss deadlines but have great excuses. They make mistakes but frame them as learning experiences. They don't know the answers, but they're confident enough that nobody questions them. Meanwhile, you know the answers. You meet the deadlines. You don't make excuses because you don't need them. You just do what needs to be done. And that quiet competence, that reliable execution, somehow makes you invisible. There's a special kind of exhaustion that comes with being the competent one. It's not just physical tiredness from doing the work. It's the emotional drain of watching your effort go unnoticed while someone else's mediocrity gets celebrated. It's the frustration of being essential but not valued. It's the loneliness of being the person who holds everything together while nobody even realizes you're the one doing it. You can't complain because complaining means you're not a team player. You can't stop performing because then things actually fall apart and somehow that becomes your fault too. So you keep going. You keep doing the work. You keep being competent and you keep being overlooked. Here's what makes it even harder. You're not doing this for recognition. You're doing it because it's who you are. You have standards. You have integrity. You believe in doing things right, not just doing them fast or doing them loud. You take pride in your work even when nobody's watching. Especially when nobody's watching. That's what competence actually is. It's not performing, it's executing. But in a world that rewards performance over execution, your greatest strength becomes your greatest disadvantage. And people will tell you to change. They'll say you need to be more assertive, more political, more strategic about visibility. And maybe they're right. Maybe you do need to learn how to play the game better. But there's something deeply unfair about being told that your competence isn't enough, that doing excellent work isn't sufficient, that you also need to be loud about it, visible about it, political about it, because the truth is, you're already doing more than most people. You're just doing it quietly. You've probably thought about leaving, starting over somewhere that might actually see you, somewhere that values substance over presentation. But you've also been around long enough to know that this problem isn't about your company. It's about how most places work. The loud get heard, the visible get seen, the competent get used, and if you leave, you'll probably just find a different version of the same thing somewhere else. Different faces, same pattern. So you stay, you keep doing what you do, you keep being reliable, you keep solving problems, you keep making things work. Not because you expect a reward, not because you think it will finally get you noticed, but because despite everything, you still can't bring yourself to do mediocre work. You still can't bring yourself to stop caring. You still can't bring yourself to become the loud, visible, half-competent person who gets ahead. Even knowing that's what works, you can't do it, because that's not who you are. And here's the thing nobody wants to admit. The system needs you more than it admits. Everything actually runs on competent people like you, the ones who do the real work while others take the credit, the ones who stay late to fix what others broke, the ones who never get promoted precisely because they're too valuable doing what they already do. The entire structure depends on people like you accepting being overlooked. Because if you stopped, if all the competent, invisible people suddenly refused to keep performing without recognition, everything would collapse. But you won't stop. Because you're not built that way. You'll keep showing up, keep delivering, keep being excellent in silence. And maybe that's not fair. Maybe that's not right. Maybe you deserve better. But at least you'll know one thing that nobody can take from you. When the work actually matters, when something really needs to get done, when competence actually counts, they come to you, not Derek. You. And maybe that's not a promotion. Maybe that's not recognition. But it's something. It's knowing that underneath all the performance and politics and visibility games, real competence still exists. And you have it, even if nobody's watching. You're not overlooked because you're not good enough. You're overlooked because you actually are. And that's the problem.